Guys, I'm Chanel Childs, and we are actually, you're on a Periscope here. I just wanted to say welcome, hello. I'm so grateful that you're all here and that we are, you know, here today, and we gather here today to really help you to take the next steps in your life and the next steps in your business, and it really help you begin to move forward in the way of your dreams. You see, one of the key things that I think that, you and I can do in order to move forward in our home-based business in this upcoming new year is to begin to really step out and do some of the things that many successful entrepreneurs have done, things that many successful entrepreneurs are doing, and doing things that many successful entrepreneurs really encourage us to do. You see, I think that one of the key ways for you and I to move forward in the way of our dreams is to begin to step out and take action on the things that we, know how to do. And one of the key ways and key things to find out what to do in our home-based business is to go and talk to those people who've gone before us. You see, there's a quote that I learned from one of my mentors, Rhonda Swan, who says something along the lines of the fact that, it was a quote that she got from somewhere else that I read on her blog post one day, and it said something along the lines of really believing and really, hello and welcome there. Hello, Phyllis. I'm so grateful that you're here. We're here talking about the power of stepping out this year in your home-based business. Thanks for the hearts. You see, one of the key things that we're talking about here is really recognizing the fact that one of the key ways to move forward in the way of our dreams is to begin to do what other successful people are doing. Hello and welcome. We begin to, realize that one of the most successful ways to move forward in the way of our dreams is to begin to do the things that successful people are doing. And so one of the key ways to begin to do what other successful people are doing is to get around other successful people, right? The only way that we can move forward, I love all the hearts, thank you so much. One of the key things that we can do in order to move forward in the way of our dreams is to get around those who already have the results that we're seeking, who already have the, the goals, or who already have they're earning more money than us and are already doing the things that we want to do. You see, there was a quote that I mentioned earlier that, hello and welcome, the quote that I mentioned earlier that one of my mentors, Rhonda Swan, posted on one of her blog posts one day, and it was simply that, if we want to know the road ahead, we want to talk to those who are coming back. So one of the key things is that we want to make sure that we are getting around the right people. Hello and welcome. We're getting around the right people in our home-based business, right? We don't want to be around the people who don't necessarily have the results that we're seeking, but we want to make sure that we're getting around those people who have the results that we're looking for. And one of the ways that we can do that is by reading in their books, listening to their audios, going to their events, and doing things like that. And as we begin to do that, we can begin to move forward in ways that we would have never been able to move forward before. So one of the key things is we want to make sure that by getting around the right people is that we're getting around the people who are earning more money than we're earning, who already have the results that we're seeking. You see, we want to make sure that we're consistently going after the things that, going after the things that the people that already have what we want. We want to make sure that we're getting around those people. Celine Monique is someone who actually has who wrote a quick blog post that I was actually checking out just the other day, and in her blog post she was talking about the fact that she wanted to she was really talking about listening to wise people and listening to the wisdom of successful coaches and mentors and entrepreneurs who already have the things that we want to have. And so one of the key things is that we want to make sure that we're for sure getting around those people who have the results that we're seeking. I love the hearts. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you're all here. So one of the key things that I want to talk about today, and this is something that you've probably heard before, hello and welcome. We're talking about really getting around the right people this year in our home-based business, because when we get around the right people who already have the results that we're seeking, we can begin to move forward in the way of our dreams. And so being that I love the hearts, keep them coming. One of the things that we want to do in order to get around the right people is reading in their books, listening to their audios, going to their live events, and getting around people where other successful entrepreneurs gather. Oh, thank you. Love that. Thanks for the successful news reporter. I appreciate you. Hello and welcome. We're talking about getting around the right people in our home-based business and making sure that we're learning from the people who already have the results that we're seeking, the people who are already earning more money than we have, because who can we better learn from, right? We want to make sure that we're learning from those who've already gone down the road that we're going down. You see, we're going into the year 2016, and we want to make sure that we're going headstrong in our home-based business. And one of the key ways to do that, like I've mentioned before, is to get around the right people. So I'm going to give you 3 quick steps that you've probably heard before, but I think a lot of times it takes the planting of the seed more than one time in order for us to really begin to move forward and really let it sink into our heart. So the number 1 key is actually something that was recommended to me by Jim Rohn, who you probably know of, a very successful entrepreneur, and he recommended step one is that you and I study. he recommended that we study on a daily basis. You see, we want to make sure that we're studying. One of the things that I've learned from a lot of successful entrepreneurs is to read in the successful books daily from successful people. One book that I like to read daily is Napoleon Hill's famous book, Think and Grow Rich. You see, we can begin to read for 30 minutes daily on people in our field who are obviously earning more money than we have, people who are doing more things than we have done, the people who can actually teach us how to do what they did in order to find their success. So step number one is to study daily. Begin to study from those who have the results that you want. I love the hearts. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome there. So grateful that you're all here. Step number two is to practice what you study, right? We want to study, but we want to begin to practice. Hello and welcome there. Thank you, Phyllis. We want to begin to practice what we're learning, right? You know, you learn from the other successful entrepreneurs in your home-based business, you know, people who are earning more money than you have, people who have the results that you're seeking. So you want to make sure that you're taking the action steps. So step number one is to study for your home-based business. Study from people who have the results that you're seeking. Step number two is begin to practice what you're learning. Begin to practice what you're learning from those who have gone before you. And step number three is to begin to teach that which you're learning. You see, we don't want to just take the information and just keep it all to ourselves, right? The world doesn't reward us for what we know, but it rewards us for what we do with that which we know. So we want to make sure that we're, number one, studying, number two, practicing, and number three, teaching. As we begin to study, practice, and teach, we begin to equip other people, and you know, we begin to add value to their lives, and there's just going to be a certain group of people that want to be around you and want to join you in whatever it is that you're doing. And so I want to encourage you today to begin to study, practice, and teach. Begin to step out in the way of your dreams this year. We're coming up on the year 2016, and I hope that you move forward and that you move forward strong, because one of the key things is to get around the right people. Hello and welcome. We're talking about getting around the right people and taking 3 key steps this coming up year, and you can begin to take these steps now in your home-based business. And that is, number one, study from people who are earning more money than you, who have the results that you want in your business, and that you know, who can actually teach you how to do what they've done. Step number two is practice what you've learned, and step number three is teach it. Begin to share it with others. Now, I'm going to give you one little key bonus here on a way that you can begin to get around the right people in 2016. You see, we have a live event coming up this 2016. It's actually not going to be where you have to leave your home and travel. Hello and welcome. We're talking about studying, practicing, and teaching in your home-based business in order to get the results that you're seeking. So one of the key things that you and I can begin to do this year, there's actually an event coming up where you can get around people who've actually earned $1 million in their home-based business. Now, keep in mind that there's no guarantee that you'll earn any money here, and please see our income disclaimer at www.empowernetwork.com, but understand that we have a live event coming up at the end of January, and this event is going to consist of millionaires, top producers, 6- and 7-figure earners who are going to teach you different key steps that they've taken to get the results that they've gotten in their home-based business, and the steps that you can actually take yourself, and you don't have to leave your own home, because this is actually a live stream from your own home, from your computer. You can join us. So if you want to join us, go ahead and message me on Facebook. Hello and welcome. Send me sorry, I'm talking too fast. Sorry about that. I'm a very quick talker. So we're talking about taking 3 key steps this year in 2016 for your home-based business. One of the key things that you can do is to get around the right people. How do you get around the right people? You begin to read their, hello, laughing out loud. You begin to read their, their books, listen to their audios, go to their live events. Now, we have a live event coming up. I love the Happy Face event. Sorry, I talk very fast. I get going here, and I've got to slow down. I appreciate that. But, being that in your home-based business, we're coming up in 2016, I want you to go strong in it, and I want you to begin to move forward in a way that pushes you ahead in your dreams and in your life this year, because we're coming up in 2016 on Friday. And so one of the key steps is to get around the right people. The 3 steps that you can take today is to begin to study, begin to practice, to begin to teach what you're doing. Thank you so much. And so being that you can do those 3, you can take those 3 steps and do those 3 things, you can join us on our live stream where you can get around people who've actually earned $1 million in their home-based business, people who are 6- and 7-figure earners who will teach you about the way, some of their key steps that they've taken to get to where they are in their business. So if you want to join us on this live stream, hello and welcome. If you want to join us on this live stream, go ahead and send me a private message on Facebook and say, Chanel, I want to be on this live stream, and I want to join, and I want to see what these millionaires have to offer. Please keep in mind there's no guarantee you'll earn any money. See the income disclaimer at www.empowernetwork.com/income. You can find my Facebook page. My name is Chanel Childs. It's CHANELL. Last name Child, CHILDS. You can also look on my Periscope homepage, and you'll be able to see my Facebook link there. But send me a private message and let me know, so that way I can connect you and let you know how you can join us on the live stream. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Awesome success to you this year in 2016. Love you guys. Have an awesome day. Thanks for watching. I'm Chanel Childs. Goodbye.